ավելի շատ կարծում եմ
I am more of the opinion that Putin won't go to war because he's playing a game and bluffing. Remember that movie Bluff starring Celentano? In the movie, one of the actors asks the other why he is digging near the side of the river which is dangerous, to which the other actor responds by saying that it is the danger that makes one believe that this is real. Putin is escalating the danger so that people believe that there will truly be a war. But why is he in this situation? Look, if he did not escalate the situation, these troops wouldn't have been brought to Eastern Europe and Ukraine. That is to say, who gained from this? I don't understand. If you are fighting against NATO is more, you have consolidated everyone. Yes, you are giving them the opportunity to supply weapons. On the contrary, you should not give them the opportunity. You need to say that you are not threatening them, therefore their presence here is nonsensical. They will send twice as many troops that you send. It is clear, right? One thing is clear. Today, the West is much stronger than it was, say, 20 years ago. That is to say, before the collapse of the USSR. This is clear since Eastern Europe has joined forces with the West. On the contrary, the East, or Russia, is much weaker than the USSR since there are breakaway countries, the Eastern Bloc has broken away. Now, isn't it natural that Russia simply doesn't stand a chance in this struggle when the West is stronger than Russia? The only threat that Russia can make is the threat that it will use its nuclear weapon and tell other countries that it will be in heaven while the others will be in hell. However, there are already people in Russia who understand this as well. After all, this is not politics. Blackmail is not politics. We also need to understand that the economic situation is becoming much more complicated. One of the factors for the collapse of the USSR was Afghanistan. Do you know why? It is because it was a rather heavy burden on the budget. Based on the calculations made in those years, it cost the Soviet Union approximately $19 million per day. And that was a lot of money for the Soviet Union. Now look, the movement of these troops, these ships, well, we read that 8 ships are moving from, the Baltic Sea. But all movements and transfers cost money. Now let us take a look at what a heavy burden this is on the budget of Russia and what a heavy burden this is on the budget of the West, since the budget is tremendous and a few countries of the West split the costs amongst themselves. As for Russia, the costs can't be split. Even if Russia obliges Armenia to participate in the war in Ukraine in the future, just like it obliged Armenia to participate in the war in Kazakhstan, the participation will be symbolic. Armenia will simply show its national flag and will send about 200 soldiers to Ukraine. But for Russia, it will only be, shall we say, support for showing the image. However, let us hope the Armenian authorities will be smart enough to not send troops to Ukraine at least.
Բաժանորդագրվեք ազգային ժողովրդավարական բևեռի YouTube-յան ալիքին